Me back again. On this video, I want to talk about depression. And of course, we're going to stay with the topic of fasting. God is doing some amazing things, and the enemy wants to depress you, but it's the reason why he wants you depressed. He wants you depressed so that you won't fulfill your purpose. You are a threat to his kingdom, and he knows if he can keep you down with depression and oppression that you will not fulfill your purpose. It's a trick of the enemy. It's not because you are so, the lowest of the lowest, or you've done something so bad that you can't repent of, or you're just not, this doesn't work for me. See, all those are woe is me excuses. That's the devil too. Anything to make you stop moving forward. I remember not long ago, the Lord kept saying, move. I mean, it's time to move. What he kept saying, move, like in my spirit, move. It's time to move, or something he kept saying. So I'm like, okay, God, help me move. And I knew the gist of what he was talking about. It was like an emotional thing. And he was telling me to move out of that place. And because as long as I was in that place, I wasn't able to really to give my best in what God had me doing. So, and the other day, this is what he spoke to me and said, you're moving forward. And I just said, thank you. I just was so grateful to God, because I knew I can't move forward without him. I can't do nothing without him. Anyway, so we're going to talk about depression. And before I start the thing on depression, I just want you all to know I dealt with depression and oppression and suppressing things and for a long time. Most of my Christian life, because the devil, that's what he does. He wants you to be depressed so you can't move forward. And I always felt like, woe is me. I always felt like I could never move forward. I always felt like, what about me? I used to always feel like that. And I was depressed all the time. Even though I would minister to people and help people and motivate people and inspire people and I loved God, but I was depressed all the time. It was like then it made me frustrated and fuss at my kids and fuss at Greg. And, I took my fear out on them. And it was all because I was depressed all the time. But God, when I started fasting, because I always prayed, and God would lift it off of me, but it will always come back. And I would never tell nobody. Matter of fact, you all are the only ones that I've shared it with. But when I started fasting in 2008, when I tell you all of those things broke off of me, that poverty, that depression, that oppression, that obesity, and all of those things, it was so many. Fear, rejection, spirit of rejection, always feeling rejected by people. But God, so with Elijah in 1 Kings 18, I'm telling you, he's amazing. You don't have to live in depression and oppression and rejection and fear anymore. You don't have to live in poverty. You just got to fast and pray. And you got to make it a lifestyle. Talk to God and see what he allows you to do, because all of my stuff broke off of me with vegetables and water. So it's not like I didn't eat. And then when I would get off a 21-day vegetable and water fast or a 40-day vegetable and water fast, I'll eat whatever I wanted to eat. But at that time, my mind was focused on health, so I would eat healthy. But then I'd get back on my fast. Then when I get off, I eat. Then I get back on my vegetable and water fast. Or fruit and vegetable, whatever fast God was giving me. Majority of my breakthrough came from Daniel 1 and 12, because that's what God gave Joy to do, which was vegetables and water. So 1 King 18, Elijah. So it says, so Ahab sent for all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together on Mount Carmel. And Elijah came to all the people and said, how long will you falter between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, follow him. But the people answered not a word. So the children of Israel, which was God's children, were there before